Welcome back to Bridges. What would happen to your life if you were involved in a program that helped you take 1 million healthy steps? Well, Dennis Hicks knows, and he's here to talk to us about this today. We'd like to welcome Dennis to our program. He is the coordinator for Minority Health Services at the Toledo-Lucas County Health Department. You've been there now for a couple of years,
Yes,
right?
right.
Doing great work over there.
Well, thank you very much.
So this actually started out as a club?
Yes, it did. It started out as a way for us to encourage racial and ethnic minorities to engage in more physical activity. And I call it physical activity rather than exercise because that's kind of a loaded word for some people.
Yeah.
But physical activity in the form of walking, because that's just so easy. You step out your front door and there you go.
So what prompted you to take this project on at all?
Well, a big part of my job is to try and improve the situation of health disparities in Toledo and Lucas County. And health disparities, just very quickly, are differences in health status between racial and ethnic minorities and whites. And in virtually every case, we see that that African Americans, Hispanics, Native Americans, and Asians in some ways are sicker and live shorter lives. And so part of my job is to understand what the causes are and what we can do about it.
Can we talk about that for a minute?
Oh, sure.
Hey, what are you finding the reasons to be?
Well, fortunately, the answers, some of them are very simple. Physical activity or exercise, if you choose that word, is one. Smoking is another, and eating better. The CDC, Centers for Disease Control, recommends 5 servings of fruits and vegetables per day.
You know, sometimes the menus though are a bit challenging depending on the culture that you're from. I know as a black female being brought up in a really traditional Southern black home, the things that I love to eat are those things that are horrible for you to eat, but they were the things that we were raised on eating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, there's some good news there and there's some bad news.
Don't tell me I have to use turkey and everything. That's not good news.
No. Well, the good news is that studies show that the amount of food that we cook with and that we use at the table only represents about 5% of all the salt that we consume in a day. 95% of it comes from processed food and from restaurant food.
No kidding.
Yes, and so when you buy food in a jar, can, box, take a look at the label because you could be exposing yourself to massive amounts of salt.
That is tremendously good news. So that means that we can make minor adjustments in what we're eating at home, what we're making at home, and we really need to pay attention to the stuff that we consume that's outside of our houses. Which is easier to do.
Exactly. Yeah. One fast food meal, just say a breakfast sandwich from a fast food restaurant can give you twice the daily minimum, or twice the daily allowance of salt. So 2 days worth of salt in one meal.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's scary. And the reason this is important is because the kidneys do a great job of eliminating excess salt from the body, but they can be overwhelmed. So what happens is that the excess salt gets dumped into your bloodstream. And we all know that salt attracts water. So that extra salt inflates your bloodstream, causes your heart to work harder. And that's a major cause of hypertension.
What do we do, Dennis, though, to make people understand that these are their decisions? These decisions are their responsibility. You know, there's so much out here these days to help us be healthy for a long, long time. But we have to avail ourselves of those things. I mean, there are walking trails and there are tons of exercise places. And even if you can't afford to go to a facility, there are a million things you could do at home.
Sure.
So
right.
Why are we so slow as a community to embrace the importance of good health?
Well, it's not just our community, it's nationwide. And it sounds simple, doesn't it? Just eat better, don't smoke, and get some physical activity.
Yeah, I'm really committed to all of those until I see a Twinkie. Then it just sort of goes out the window. I will own that. I'll own it. So I stay away from places that have Twinkies. But
Right, and so even though it sounds simple, it's not, and the solutions are not simple either. And that's why one of the things we're trying to do with our walking program, 1 Million Healthy Steps, is to structure the exercise and physical activity and to regularize it, to put it on a schedule. And one of the things that we've done is combine our resources of a number of different walking programs so that we can cross-promote, that we can encourage people to choose the date and time that's convenient for them. And for instance, the health department's walking program meets on Saturdays, every second Saturday at 10 o'clock at Ottawa Park.
Ottawa Park. I think we actually put together a little schedule, a little cheat
okay.
sheet here. Can
Great.
we put that up? Well, while they're getting that together, there is your walking program at Ottawa Park, and that is every second Saturday?
Every second Saturday at 10 o'clock.
And anybody can come to that?
Anyone can come, but what we ask you to do is to register for the program. That way, we can let you participate in all of the fun goodies and activities that go along with our program. 1 Million Healthy Steps. We take that kind of literally. We can provide you with a pedometer and a walking log. And what you do is you log your steps every day. And when you get to 1 million steps, or actually, let me back up. When you get to 250,000 steps, we can give you a color-coded bracelet to wear to show that you've made that mark. And the color changes when you get to 500,000 and 750,000.
Wow.
And then to 1 million, you get the star bracelet. And we offer T-shirts. We're charging $5 for the T-shirts. When you get to 1 million steps, you get your $5 back, and you get to keep the T-shirt.
Wow.
We organize these walks once a month.
So is it around Ottawa Park?
Yes, it's around. Ottawa Park is a 3-mile loop.
I was going to say, yeah.
But you can turn around at any time.
Can
you
you?
don't have to do the whole thing. No.
So those newbies like me don't have to be intimidated by that 3-mile loop?
Not at all.
Okay.
And if you stick around for the end of the walk, after everyone comes back, we're doing a drawing after each walk. The YMCA has generously given us a number of 3-month Y memberships that we'll be giving away.
Oh, that's a great prize.
And we'll have other prizes as well. And I'll keep those a secret for now.
Okay.
But we'll have drawings. We're also talking about doing themes for each walk. For instance, at Halloween, we'll be doing a costume walk. For Father's Day, we might have everyone wear a tie. For Valentine's Day, wear red of some kind.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're
So
trying
it's
to
fun.
we're trying to keep
Trying
it
to
fun.
make it fun.
Right.
You've got great partners in this whole process, don't
Yes,
you? I
we
was pretty
do.
impressed with some of the partners.
Yes, and I'm very pleased that they have wanted to collaborate with us on this project. We've got ProMedica. They started a walk around the same time we did, and theirs is the first Friday at 4 o'clock.
And they meet over at the flower market?
Right, they meet over at the flower market, and it's
Right.
a walk with a doctor event. So they get to walk with a physician and ask questions and get advice about nutrition, about physical activity, about not smoking, and all those.
I think that's a great idea. And the flower market is on the campus of Toledo Hospital. I think that's at...
It's on Monroe Street,
on Monroe
right
and
across the
up-
street from the main campus.
The main campus, right. Right, that's exactly right.
Yes. We also have the Toledo Black Firefighters Association, who are sponsoring the African American Male Wellness Walk
Great.
on August 16th. And they've combined with us so that we can do that kind of cross promotion. What we're trying to do is not necessarily create one activity, one venue for walking. What we're trying to do is connect people to as many walks as we can,
Right.
So that they can do as many structured walks as they can manage, but also they can choose the ones that fit their schedule.
Right. And there are, I just want to say that Neighborhood Health Association is one of your partners.
Yes.
Channel 13 ABC's Christian Brown is a strong supporter of this
Yes.
process.
Yes.
FitZone.
Yes.
And FitZone. And Erica's another person who we see an awful lot on
Erica
Channel
White,
13 ABC.
she's wonderful. She started working with me on our health department walking programs 2 years ago, and she's just been with me ever since. She's just a bundle of energy, and she's just really helping to drive this project forward.
That's really great. Yeah, she is really so committed to this idea of making our community a healthier and
Yes.
consequently happier place to be. They're faith-based partners as well, aren't they, in this?
Well, the
Monroe Street Methodist?
Right, the Monroe Street Neighborhood Association is part of our collaboration, and they're helping us to get the word out among the community, around the community, to get as many people involved as possible. And they'll also be sharing the calendar and directing people to the events that work for them. So yes, we've got faith-based partners, and we hope to grow that aspect of the program as well.
That's good. So is this the primary focus of what you're doing right now at the Minority Health?
I work in 4 different areas for the Office of Minority Health. One of them is health promotion and health education, and this is probably my main project in that area. I also try and collect and disseminate data so that racial and ethnic minorities can know and understand what the numbers say about how we're doing. I also work in community empowerment and capacity building, which basically means collaborating with community groups, making sure they have the resources they need to be an active part of the solutions. And I also work in the area of policy change, because sometimes it's not a matter of individual action, but a matter of community action to make change so that we can reduce health disparities.
What do you think the impact on not paying attention to the importance of healthy lifestyles will be on this community when it comes to racial classification?
We already see it. I mean, we're there now. This is a community where obesity is a huge risk factor. Smoking, just physical inactivity, the things that you don't want to do if you want to live a healthy life are what we're doing now.
All over this county. I remember the last report that the health department published on the status, healthcare status of folks in this community. And in communities like the African American community, obesity was extraordinary. The percentage of obesity among African American women was extraordinary.
It's disturbing, and we're not very clear on what's going on. There's some research that suggests that that African American women in particular, with the study that I'm referencing, can benefit from exercise and diet the same as white women can, but it doesn't show up in their body mass index. They have a much more difficult time losing weight, although treating themselves better, being healthy, living a healthy lifestyle. They get the
Certainly
benefits
helps,
of
yeah.
Right. They get the benefits of that, but it doesn't translate into losing weight in the same way.
Like, you could not have said a more depressing thing to me all day. For those of us who are walking and really, my girlfriends who are trying and not, actually, you're right, we're not seeing the change quite so easily.
Right, but there is good news. You can achieve that weight loss as well as getting the health benefits of exercise and eating better. Erica White's a great example of that. She is a super fit person. She actually lost 100 pounds on her journey to fitness. So
Wow.
it is doable.
yeah. We just have to make it a priority.
That's a big part of it. We have to make it a priority, and we also have to understand it. We have to look at the big picture, not just our own personal health, but we have to look at the health of our community. We are in a situation where it's self-reinforcing. The community has become more obese. The smoking rate is not going down. We're not doing the things that we need to do nutritionally to try and improve our health as a group. And that when you see other people who are doing the same things that you're doing, you just keep doing them.
You just keep doing them. You know, it's also important to understand that there really is no magic to this. There really is no magic
right.
to it.
But it is still those three things.
Those things, absolutely.
It's simple, it's doable, but human nature is that you take the path of least resistance, and I'm guilty of that just as much as anyone else. I get home sometimes, and rather than throwing on the tennis shoes, I reach for the remote sometimes, and so it's creating new habits is difficult, but that's where the individual choice comes in. We have to keep doing it until it becomes a habit, but before it becomes a habit, it's just a matter of your willpower
and it's also really important for people to understand that, for instance, with the ProMedica partnership, there is a nutritionist there that can help you.
Yes, absolutely.
Figure out exactly the best way to proceed with changing your diet and changing the way that you shop. And so you're not in this alone, and the cost for not doing this can be your life, essentially.
Right. And it's not just your life; it's your family.
That's right. That's right. And it all starts with one step. And this particular program is challenging you to take 1 million of those steps so that your life will be better. And I want to thank you for coming to us today, sharing this morning with me and talking about this. And I want you to come back because you guys really need to understand the state of this city when it comes to infant mortality and morbidity. Dennis will come back and talk to us about that. We're going to go away, though, right now, and we will be back in just a few seconds.